Good morning to all. Welcome to Splendid Leading. Today we have a discussion on Samachit Kalvi, 7th Social Geography. The title of the session Interior of the Earth. This is mostly based on concepts and facts. Most of the competitive examinations from the top level UPSC to all sort of examinations including Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission. These subjects are fact based multiple choice system. It's useful for your preparation. Knife is a made of nickel and ferrous. Earthquake and volcanic eruption occur near the edges of plates. The magnitude of an earthquake is measured by Richter scale. The narrow pipe through which magma flow out is called a vent. Stromboli volcano is known as lighthouse of Mediterranean Sea. Circum-Pacific belt is known as the Ring of Fire due to the frequent volcanic eruption. The core is separated from the mantle by boundary is called Weichardt-Gutenberg discontinuity. The core is separated from the mantle by a boundary called Weichardt-Gutenberg discontinuity. The earthquake waves are recorded by an instrument known as seismograph. Record seismograph. Magma rises to the surface and spreads over a vast area is known as lava. An example for active volcano, Mauna Loa in Hawaii, Mount Stromboli, St. Helens and Pinatubo. These all are active volcanoes. Seismology is the study of earthquake. Earthquake, it is a sudden movement. Sima, the combination of silicon, magnesium, Pacific Ring of Fire, world of volcanoes. Tsunami, a Japanese team, Mount Kenya, located in Africa. Assertion and reason. The structure of the earth may be compared to apple because the interior of the earth consists of crust, mantle and core. Both statements are correct but not convinced. That's why it's not explained. Assertion. The Pacific Ocean includes two-thirds of the world volcanoes. Reason. The boundary along the eastern and western coast areas of the Pacific Ocean is known as Pacific Ring of Fire. Both A and R are explains and also both statements are correct because the Pacific includes two-thirds of the world volcanoes due to the frequent volcano eruption. Pacific also called the Pacific Ring of Fire. Name the outermost layer of the earth, the crust. What is called sial? The upper part of the crust with combination of silica and alumina. That is why it's called sial. Name the movement of the earth's lithosphere plates, tectonic movements. Give an example of extinct volcano, Mount Popa of Myanmar. Extinct means there is no active. What is the mantle? The layer of the earth beneath the crust is called the mantle. It is separated from the crust by a boundary called Mohorovic discontinuity. What is the core of earth? The innermost layer of the earth is called the core. It is also known as barysphere. It is separated from the mantle by a boundary called Weichardt-Gutenberg discontinuity. The core is also divided into two parts. The outer core, which is rich in iron, is in liquid state. The inner core, composed of nickel and ferrous, it's also called knife in a solid state. What is earthquake? A sudden movement of a portion of the earth's crust which produces a shaking or trembling is known as earthquake. What is seismograph? The earthquake waves are recorded by an instrument. It's called seismograph. What is volcano? A volcano is a vent or an opening in the earth crust through which hot magma erupts from deep below the surface. The opening is usually circular in form. Name the three types of volcanoes based on the periodicity of the eruption. On the basis of the shape, there are three types of volcanoes. They are shield volcano, cinder cone volcano, composite volcano. No one has been able to take samples from the interior of the earth. The innermost layer of the earth is called the core. The central core has very high temperature and pressure, so no one has been able to take samples from the interior of the earth. The constant continent crust is less dense than the oceanic crust because despite the greater thickness, the continental crust is less dense than the oceanic crust due to the it is made of both light and dark rock types. Sial versus Sima. Sial, the uppermost part of the crust, consists of granite rocks, forms the continents. Silica and alumina are the main mineral constituents. Sima is the lowest part of the crust, consists of denser basaltic rocks forming the ocean floors. Silica and magnesium are the main mineral constituents. Active versus dormant volcano. Active volcano. Volcanoes that erupt frequently are called active volcanoes. In the world, there are more than 600 active volcanoes in the world. Example, Mount Stromboli, St. Helens, Pinatubo, Mauna Loa, etc. Dormant volcano. The volcanoes have no sign of activity for many years but may be active at any point of time. It is also called sleeping volcano. Example, Vesuvius mountain, Mount Fujiyama, Mount Kyota. The impacts of an earthquake. Earthquakes may cause changes in the earth's surface. They are vibrations, often set landslides in mountainous regions. Falling of buildings is another danger of earthquakes. Most of the houses which collapsed were made of mud and bricks and proved to be death traps. Fire is another great danger. The underground water system is disturbed. The causes of great disturbances in the water, the floods and waves cause great loss of life. Classification of volcanoes based on the eruptions. There are three types of volcanoes based on eruptions. One is active volcanoes. Second one is dormant volcanoes. Third one is extinct volcanoes. Dormant volcanoes are also called sleeping volcanoes. Extinct volcanoes are dead volcanoes. Active volcanoes, it erupts frequently. Most of them lie in the Pacific Ring of Fire Belt. There are about 600 active volcanoes in the world. Maulana Lao in Hawaii is the world's biggest active volcano. Example Stromboli, St. Helens, and Pinatubo. Dormant volcanoes. It has no sign of activity for many years, but they may become active at any point of time. It is also called a sleeping volcano. Example Vesuvius Mountain, Mount Fujiyama, Mount Krakatoa. Extinct volcanoes are dead volcanoes. The top of extinct volcanoes mountains has been eroded. Example Mount Papua, Mount Kilimanjaro, and Mount Kenya. The major zones of volcano activity. There are three major zones of volcanic activities in the world. They are the Circum-Pacific Belt, the Mid-Continental Belt, and the Mid-Atlantic Belt. Circum-Pacific Belt. This is the volcanic zone of the convergent oceanic plate boundary. It includes volcanoes of the eastern and western coastal areas of the Pacific Ocean. This zone is popularly termed as the Pacific Ring of Fire, which has been estimated to include two-thirds of the world volcanoes. The mid-continental belt. This belt has various volcanoes of the Alpine Mountain Sea, Mediterranean Sea, including Stromboli, Vesuvius, Etna, etc. Volcanoes of the Aegean Sea, Mount Ararat, Elbrus, and Hindu Kush are included in this belt. The Mid-Atlantic Ridge, it's simply called MAR, is a mostly underwater mountain range in the Atlantic Ocean that runs from 87° north about 333 kilometers south of the North Pole to sub-Antarctic Borvet Island at 54 degrees south. The Earth's interior is very hot because the innermost layer of the Earth is called the core has two parts, the outer core and inner core. The outer core is rich in iron and in a liquid state. The inner core is made of nickel and ferrous which are in a solid state. The central core of the has a very high temperature and pressure. Are volcanoes destructive or constructive? Volcanoes are both constructive as well as destructive. Constructive effects. Volcanoes provides nutrients to the surrounding soil as volcanic ash contains minerals beneficial to plants and agricultural productivity. Some plateaus and plains are formed due to volcanic eruptions. They cool off the earth, removing heat from the interior. Destructive effects. They cause earthquakes, fast floods, mudslides, and rock falls. Dust and ash that come out of volcanoes are very harmful to living things. How do volcanoes make on island? Some volcanoes are found under oceans. If an underwater volcano keep erupting, it can rise above the earth's surface and thus as island is formed. The structure of the earth is compared to apple, which is called a blue planet. Earth is called a blue planet. The earth is covered by water at 71% according to Samachir Kalvi. The outer core is rich in iron. The radius of the earth is 6371 kilometers. The mantle forms 84% of the earth's volume. The crust forms 15% makes the core. How many active volcanoes in the world? Around 600. How many major zones of volcanic activities in the world? 3. The upper part of the earth's crust is shale. The oceanic crust is composed mostly of dense rocks. The upper part of the crust consists of granite rocks. The Sial and the Sima together forms the earth crust. Mantle is separated from the crust by a boundary is called Mohorovic discontinuity. The core is also known as barysphere. The outer core is rich in iron. The crust forms 1% of the Earth's volume. The movement of the Earth's lithospheric plates is termed as tectonic movements. A trench is formed between two plates. The earthquake is measured by the Richter scale. The earthquake is a volcanic activity. Tsunami is a Japanese term. On Tamil Nadu, a tsunami occurred in 26th December 2004. The opening of the volcano is usually circular in form. The semi-molten state of interior earth is called magma. Mantle, Mohorovic discontinuity. The Mohorovicic discontinuity, usually referred to as the Moho discontinuity or the Moho, is the boundary between the earth crust and the mantle. Stromboli, the lighthouse of Mediterranean Sea, active volcano. The Coned, Weichart Coundenberg discontinuity. Earth, blue planet. Tsunami, Japanese term. Assertion, a greater danger is an earthquake, is the falling of buildings, because earthquake may cause changes in the earth's surface. Both A and R are correct with conviction. The Himalayan region and the Ganga Brahmaputra valley are prone to earthquakes because a number of earthquakes have been experiencing in Brahmaputra valley. It correctly explains both assertion and reason. What is the three concentric layers of the earth? The crust, the mantle and the core. What are the causes of earthquake? The chief cause of the earthquake is the sudden slipping of the portion of the earth's crust along with fractures or falls. The sudden shifting of landmass causes upheavals. What are the types of earthquake waves? There are three types of earthquake waves. P waves are longitudinal waves. S waves are transverse waves. L waves are surface waves. P for longitudinal, S for transverse, L for surface. What is magma? The molten rock material within the earth together with gases is called magma. What is caldera? The crater of a volcano is of great size and is shaped like a basin is called caldera. They are caused by violent explosions that blow away entire tops of great cones. What is the crust? The crust is the outermost layer of the earth. It is about 35 km on the continental masses and 5 km on the oceanic floors. The crust comprises two parts. The upper part is called Sial. The lowest part is called Sima. Sial is lighter than Sima. What is tectonic movement? Earth lithospheric, continental or oceanic plate moves over the asthenosphere. This movement is termed as tectonic movements. What is asthenosphere? The asthenosphere is the part of the mantle that flows and moves the plates of the earth. How the earthquake can be recorded? The earthquake waves are recorded by an instrument known as seismograph and measured by the Richter scale. So, record seismograph measurement Richter scale. An earthquake of 2.0 on the Richter scale or less can be little. Over 5.0 on the Richter scale cause damage from things falling. Above 6.0 on the Richter scale is considered as very strong and above 7.0 on the Richter scale is classified as a major earthquake. Tsunami in 2004. On 26th December 2004, tsunami in the Indian Ocean swept the coastal areas of Indonesia, Sri Lanka, Thailand, etc. They caused immense damage to life and property in the coastal area. What is a tsunami? Tsunami, a Japanese term, it's a name given to a huge wave caused in the sea by an earthquake. Tsunamis are quite common along the coast of Japan and other regions in the Pacific Ocean. What is Barren Islands? Barren Island is situated in the Andaman Sea and lies about 138 kilometers northeast of the territory's capital. It is the only active volcano from Sumatra to Myanmar. The last eruption occurred in 2017. The divisions of the earth movements. The movement of the lithosphere plates causes changes and force on the surface of the earth. They are endogenic forces, exogenic forces, endogenic forces. Endogenic forces, the forces which act in the interior of the earth, are called endogenic forces. Example, earthquakes and volcanoes. Exogenic forces, the forces that work on the surface of the earth, are called exogenic forces. Endo means inner, exo means outer. What are the causes of volcanic activity? The temperature increases at the rate of 10 degrees Celsius for every 35 meters with pressure. So the interior of the earth is a semi-molten state called magma. The magma under greater pressure dissolves great volume and combustible gases. This makes volcanic material burst forth through the weak spots in the earth's crust. Next, earthquake and volcanoes in the world. Distribution of earthquake. In the Pacific Ring of Fire, 68% of the earthquakes occur. Another 31% of the earthquakes take place in the Mediterranean Himalayan belt and Asia Minor. The remaining percentage of earthquakes occur in Northern America and Rift Valley areas, Ganga, Brahmaputra Valley. Distribution of volcanoes. Volcanoes are located in regions which are intensely folded or faulted. There are about 600 active volcanoes and thousands of dormant and extinct ones. They occur along with the coastal mountain ranges like offshore islands and the midst of oceans. The volcanic belt are the principal earthquake belts of the world. Thank you.